This is the year that you're going to make it happen. Whether it's resetting your goals or launching something new, I'm here to help you harness the new year energy so that you can turn those goals into a reality. Let's talk about it because it's mid-January already and most people have already given up. So we're going to get into it. Grab your coffee. Let's go.
Just like that, people already gave up.
Yeah, because it's mid-January already.
Man, that's so sad that people just quit and give up that easy.
They do, though.
You know, it's like you already threw in the towel. You barely did anything. You didn't even scratch the surface.
I think. Do you know what the stats are?
I don't. I never looked into that. What are the stats?
I don't know.
How do they even know?
No, I think, but statistically, like by the end of January, 60% of people are already
done,
if not more, to be honest.
Wow.
If not more.
Bunch of quitters.
We're already here almost mid. It's like January 10th. But yeah, so how's it going?
It's good.
How's your year? That's your 2025.
So far, so good. I'm on point. I'm not quitting.
Yeah, I did. I know obviously it's past the new year when you guys are listening to this, but that's the problem is people, once the new year is over, it's like the 31st is here. Oh, yay, all the confetti and then the 1st and then the 3rd and the 5th. And
that's
then
it. They lost
people
it.
aren't thinking.
They already lost it.
They're not thinking.
Steam is gone.
Yeah, the steam is gone.
That's it. Burst out of their pipes. What happened to, yay, new year, new me, and all of a sudden, I quit. Oh, it's too hard.
Yeah,
I give up.
It does. It's crazy how it's so fleeting it is. That motivation and excitement for people, it's so fleeting.
It's just an emotion. It comes and goes. People got motivation twisted. They think it stays there all the time.
Right.
It does not. You cannot rely on motivation. You got to rely on your why. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Everybody says they want it, but how bad do you want it?
Yeah, because what I say to that is your actions speak otherwise.
Bingo.
Because if you really wanted it, then the actions that you're taking.
And if you don't know how to get there or what to do, there's a reason why there's a lot of coaches out there in the space like ourselves. So we can get you there, we can guide you, we can help you. Because you think you could do it all alone. And you've tried it over and over and over and failed miserably every time. Fell flat on your face. And then you quit and you try to pick yourself back up. And here we go again. A new year. Do it over and over. The same thing.
Yeah. You know what the interesting thing about that is, because I feel like coaches these days are like a dime a dozen.
Yes, that too.
This is the thing that concerns me about finding a coach is if they cannot set and achieve their own goals, how are they going to help me set and achieve mine?
Oh my goodness.
So be selective with that.
I just saw that. I saw some dude. I'm not going to blast him. I just saw some dude. He's a coach, and I'm looking at his physique, and I'm like, it's hard not to judge because it's like you're not even put together yourself properly. How the hell are you coaching people? You got a pudgy belly, soft-looking, small-looking arms. You're showing your physique. It doesn't look nothing
like... And is he a physique coach? Like he helps people get a better physique?
He says he's a coach. Well, I
mean, there's many coaches.
Physical fitness, yeah. He's not a life coach. There's a difference between a life coach and finance coach and business coach and mindset coach. So,
yeah. Anyways, gosh. Okay. Well, it's early January for us. So obviously we pre-record these episodes. But when I walked into the studio today, I stepped over a couple of empty bottles of tequila on the floor down in the streets.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of confetti. I'm thinking, what are all these people doing today? Nothing.
Well, I was already I went to the gym for the new year. It was pretty empty. It was nice.
Oh, it was empty?
Yeah, and I purposely did that. And I filmed, my story like I'm here getting after. And what are you guys doing? Probably hungover, sleeping in, made all these empty promises to yourself. You're like, let's be honest. It's the same song and dance every year. Very few people change.
Yeah, I was talking to Alyssa actually and before coming to the studio. And they had a good conversation with each other on the way home. They went out, as young people do. But their conversation was like they were trying to think about, okay, what did we say we would do last year? And like, did we do it? You know, and what are we going to do this year?
Yeah.
And so Alyssa had that she wanted to move to San Diego. She wanted to live in a high rise. She had, and she wanted to get a dog. I mean, she accomplished a lot of things.
Yeah.
In fact, she was telling me that she didn't actually, a little while ago, she doesn't set like resolutions, that kind, or goals. What she did was she wanted to create a list of 30 things that she wants to do before she's 30. She did that a couple of years ago.
Oh.
And so we were going over her list today, and she's checked off like 7 things off that list already, 7 or 8 things.
Nice. That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, so it was like get a dog, get an apartment, move to San Diego. You know, she had like a bunch on there. She has on there, go to Greece with my mom. Isn't that cute?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she wants to take me
That's
to
a
Greece.
big goal.
Yeah.
Take you to Greece.
Yeah.
That's a nice one right there.
She wants to fly me to Greece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking big.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is. That's actually good because she's not. Too many people put these, like, again, these resolutions and they never fulfill them.
I loved that 30 things before 30. So I'm thinking, like, you know, maybe you guys can think about that because it's not so fixated on the year.
Yes.
That you can do, like, you know, I can set up 10 things before I'm 50 or, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, you can do different things, you know, like that, because maybe if what you've done in the past is not working, then you need to rethink your process. I'm following the same process I've always used because it does work.
Yeah.
So for me, I do stop and think about my year. I do a little bit of the cliche. I know we had a discussion about it a few episodes ago because you're like, I don't believe in resolutions, but I don't call them resolutions, just goals to kind of like, okay, what do I want to accomplish this year?
Yes.
And then I believe that you set big goals that don't seem quite attainable, because when you fall short of a big goal, you're still pretty successful. But if you set mediocre goals and you fall short of those, then you're
horrible,
less than mediocre. So
yeah, it's true.
So reach for the stars. You know, I definitely feel that. And Pinterest, you guys, has this cool thing now, and they make it so easy. Pinterest has a collage making tool that you could do on your phone or your iPad. It's so easy. And if you've already been a user of Pinterest, when you go to create the vision board, it will suggest pins for you based off things that you already pinned. Because a lot of times people do. They don't realize it, but the Pinterest is their manifestation and goals board. It's their inspo, right?
Exactly.
A lot of times that is goals.
Yeah.
So I did mine on that, but I've done them in, you know, hard copy form. I have my one from a few years ago up. I need to look at it and see what it is. I know it has a 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It was for a few years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously I did, you know, exceeded that. I was looking at that one, but the goals I had last year, you know, I definitely reached a lot of them in business and in, you know, I'm happy. Did I reach all of them? No, but they just continue on. They're not goals that go away. They just kind of go on to the next board.
I mean, life doesn't stop. You keep going forward.
Yeah.
People just, and that's the whole thing, going back to like a journey, like you new year, new me. Like, why would you stop just because you're 2 weeks into it and you didn't see the scale move or you felt like you didn't lift enough? Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Why are you stopping?
Yeah.
What are you quitting for?
I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird mental block that people have.
Because I think the first time they fail on that goal, they just think, oh, well, try again next year. Or I failed already. Instead of thinking it's just part of the journey.
I want to know what people's mindset is like, what do they expect is going to happen in 2 weeks? Like, I want to know the truth. What do you expect? You're going to drop 20 pounds, 10 pounds? Like, what's the
For
realistic
weight loss goals?
Yes. Like, I wonder what they think, the majority of people.
Uh-huh. They think, realistically, I'm shook when people, their expectations are so outlandish, but people expect to lose like 5 pounds a week minimum. And that's not quite enough.
Yeah.
Even that.
I think they need to be educated how many calories equates to 5 pounds of weight loss. Like,
it's literally impossible.
Yeah, pretty much.
You'd have to be, you know,
starving yourself to death.
Not eating a single calorie.
Like you could do it if you sit in the sauna for a few hours and sweat water out, and you're going to be miserable for cutting weight, but that's it, because it's going to come right back on you as soon as you eat food and drink water.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to get into a little bit more of this, but let's take a little break from that discussion. And I want to talk about some big announcements. Announcement number one is that BBC 16 registration is currently open. It is open, and I mean, what a great opportunity for you to get back on the saddle with those goals and have all the tools you need to actually reach your goals. The program starts very soon. It starts January 20th. So it's not too late to register if you're listening to this before registration closes on the 18th. But, you know, it's got everything that you need, and there's so much even more. There is an entire library of Les Mills on-demand workouts. You also get your custom workout that comes with the program. You get nutrition guidance, access to all of my delicious macro-friendly recipes. It's getting updated constantly. You get the app. You get, you know, my support, my daughter's support, who's also, you know, on the team now with BBC. You get, you know, biweekly coach calls with the group. It's a great program. And doors literally only open, what, I don't know, 6-7 times a year. And no, 6 times a year. Yeah, 6 times a year, because they only open every 2 months.
Yep.
So it's your opportunity to get in and, you know, get after it. It's number 1 rated for a reason.
Exactly. And you're part of a big-ass community that's going to uplift you.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. If you guys want information on that, scan the QR code on the screen, check the links in the description, sign up, because you will not be disappointed. It's very, like I said, very highly rated. There's tons of testimonials and reviews you can read about. If you have any questions, of course, you can email me, and happy to help you there. In other news, we've also launched the Studio B Content House in the Bay Area. So if you're local, or you know anyone who's local, or you're, you know, interested in, you know, jumpstarting your personal brand, starting a podcast, you know, if you need a studio for all of your content needs, then that's what Studio B is. So it's not just the home of Candidly with Coffee. It is the home of other podcasts as well. And it also can be rented by the hour, or long-term packages are available. So check out the website for that, and I will link that down in the description as well. I'll add that to the QR code so you can see if you're interested, or, you know, it's maybe you want to book a consult. Maybe you don't even know what that would look like for you. But right now, in this day and age, it really is getting to a point where everybody needs to launch their personal brand.
Everybody. Gary Vee talks about that.
It's not even about, it's nothing to do with influencers or anything like that.
Nope.
It's your ability to take control of your personal brand and your earnings potential. It's just the way the world is right now. Everybody has you are the CEO of yourself.
That's it.
So creating a content plan for yourself and creating a personal brand doesn't mean you're an influencer. Doesn't mean you're like striving to be like some Joe Rogan of podcasts. But if you have a skill or a business, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a plumber, it doesn't matter. If you have any type of skill, then you should have a complementary personal branding to support that skill. Whether it's a podcast, whether it's do webinars, whether it is to launch a YouTube channel, you know, I think people just think that it is for people that want big, large followings, and it's not.
You know, gone are the days of the yellow pages. Everybody
Yes.
goes to social media. Everybody goes to
Exactly.
YouTube. You might have a solution to someone's problem, and they're like, oh, wow, I'm going to reach out to this person.
Yeah.
They have what I need.
Yeah.
They don't
and
realize that.
Exactly. And think about this. Like, I really don't think people understand the potential of like a YouTube channel. You got to understand YouTube is owned by Google. What do people do when they need help? They go to Google. Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? So if you are a plumber, or maybe you're listening and your husband is a plumber, he's very good at plumber, and he knows, you know, you find out what do you do when this happens? What do you do with that? You start finding out from your husband what you do with these different nuanced things that happen in plumbing. You go, you know what, honey, we should document that. Record it. Put it on your YouTube channel. Suddenly, you will make more money on that YouTube channel, maybe even from one video, than your lovely plumber husband made an entire year.
Right.
Because if their customers have the problem, guess what? Millions of people in the world have the problem.
Yes.
And so you provide solutions to people's problems, and that's scalable solutions. So if you have a skill of any kind, whether you train dogs, you're a dentist, you know, like sell real estate, you're a designer, it doesn't matter. If you are a brick and mortar, if you have a brick and mortar skill, it should be on YouTube. In 2025, you should have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Now you're going to fall behind the 8 ball. You better keep up with the times. You're going to get left behind.
Yeah, so part of that is creating your personal brand, content creation, teaching people things. People are going to YouTube and things to learn skills all the time. So anyways, I think Studio B came at a really perfect time because people get analysis paralysis. They get scared of content creation. They have no idea where to start. And I get it because it feels daunting and scary. Like you don't even know what to do. And that's why you need something like Studio B to help guide you.
Of course.
So if you're interested, make sure you check out the website for that, you guys. But it's pretty exciting. Definitely be sharing more updates on it as time goes on. But let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition. We'll be right back. When it comes to the best supplements to support your muscle building and fat loss goals, One Up Nutrition has you covered. Their gut health supplements have been a complete game changer for me. And I have to say, their protein powders are my absolute favorites. Mike and I literally order the peanut butter cookie and lemon Italian ice protein powders by the case. They are that good. With so many delicious flavors to choose from, One Up Nutrition makes hitting your protein goals easy and enjoyable. So whether you're looking for supplements, protein powders, or anything in between, shop One Up Nutrition for all your needs. And don't forget to use Janine to save at checkout. That's code JEANINE. All right, we are back. And I want to answer the question, why is the new year like such an important time for change? Why do you think it is?
Important time for change?
Yeah, like why
do they
is
wait
it?
for that
Yeah.
instead of like, I don't know, I'm going to do it February, March, April, May? I think it's just a mental thing. I think people just been having in their mind, like it's a new year, I have to do something different, something has to change. A lot of times people are not happy with what they're at.
You know what's weird? I have to say this because it's shocking to me. This is the first year in many years that I did not have a crippling New Year anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I normally do.
Yeah.
I normally do. It's crippling. It's awful. And it's not that I am in denial that the year will come with its challenges as every year does. It's not that at all. I know it's going to. I mean, my dad is dying. I will probably lose my dad unless there's some miracle in 2025, which will be very difficult. You know, of course there's going to be challenges come with the year, but for the first year I wasn't I just didn't feel like crippled with anxiety over it. I felt more of like acceptance because I know that with the bad things, there's also going to be a lot of good things.
Yeah. You can't have one without the other.
Right.
It sucks, but that's life.
No, so I was like, that's growth for me. That's major growth for me because I literally hate it. But no, on New Year's Eve, I actually spent the day making my vision board and setting my intentions for the year and kind of like starting to think about like breaking everything down and making it a reality because, you know, it's not just magical woo-woo, stuff.
No, it doesn't just happen. You don't just think about it and it falls in your lap. No, you got to put the work in.
And you have to set like meaningful intentions and make sure that they are in line with the way that you are either living your life or you are quickly ready to make the changes to live your life. The problem is people set goals and they set these manifestations or whatever you want to call it, but the way they live their life is in a total different stratosphere than where they're trying to go.
Yeah.
You got to put your things, I hate to say like these words that like a lot of people overuse, but like you have to create alignment. And it is true.
That is true.
You have to alignment. You have to live in a way that's in line with where you're going. It makes the trip shorter, right? If you're like in line, and it might take you a while to get there, but that's, that is one of those things. And then you have to be part of that being in alignment allows you to truly believe that you can get there. So those goals, you have to be able to actually visualize that they're possible. And
even when they seem impossible.
Yeah, and you have to kind of make sense of it a little, especially if you're kind of like the way my brain is. I can't just throw out, some people I know, they'll just throw out some crazy thing that's just, it's outlandish. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't think big, but there has to be some essence of reality to the number or to the thing. It has to be, you can't, it's like saying, I want to be able to breathe underwater by the end of the year. I want to be able to, grow gills. It's kind of like, okay, that's not going to happen.
No,
so
you gotta be realistic.
You have to be, it has to be something that's realistic, but it can be shooting for the stars. So I want to say it's both, but you have to, my mind has to be able to compute the possibility and how this can actually happen. Because I don't believe in like magic.
No, exactly. No.
I believe that our brains are so powerful that if you truly believe that you can achieve something and you have a real strong desire and like determination to get there, that your brain, even when you are doing other things, tying your shoes or taking a shower or watching a Netflix show, your brain is doing some of the work for you.
For sure, 100%. You need your brain. Your brain is powerful, but again, it's not going to just, I want to be a millionaire and all of a sudden it's going to just fall in your lap. No, you got to do steps to get there. You got to do the work. You want weight loss? Okay, I want to lose weight. Well, be more specific. What's your goals? How are you going to lose weight? What's your plan of attack? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on a diet. What kind of diet?
Yes, general. Too general.
What do you know your numbers? How much are you supposed to be eating? How much protein are you supposed to get? You got to break it all down.
Yeah, you got to, how are you going to do that? Like, how are you good? Okay, you want to do this? That's good. But how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Like for me, I can tell you what I do all the time. I do this all the time. I'm always asking myself, like, if I'm finding myself kind of like, I don't feel like doing this, or I'm tired, or I'm not going to go to the studio today, or whatever, I'll ask myself, is that decision going to help me get to that goal that I want? No, I got to go. You know, it's constant too. It's constant. It's not once in a while.
No.
It is multiple times a day. I'm like, nope, I got to do it. I got to do it. And you have to make sure that like I said, that you're in alignment. Like I'm trying to live already in the way in which I need to in order to be that person that I want to be.
Yep. It's kind of like people want to lose weight, but I can't help it. I give into temptation. You got to stop doing that shit. That's part of the journey. You got to stop giving into your temptation, or you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to spin your wheels forever. Yeah. That's what people do. They just spin their wheels forever. And when they wonder why am I still in this position? You're doing the same shit you've been doing the previous years.
Yeah, or they are always searching for the path of least resistance.
That part. I hate that. I can't stand that about today's era of human beings. They're always searching for that easy path. Like you want to be part of the rest of society. You don't want to be part of this part that's a little harder. You don't think we have temptations? You don't think I want to eat, like sometimes go through a drive-through and just say fuck it and go ham? Yeah, of course I do. I have those thoughts, but don't give in to them. I had that thought last night. I don't know why. It just comes over me sometimes. I just want to go.
That's your impulse control.
But I don't give in to it.
And how do you, and that's a good, how do you, because you're a perfect example. You're someone that has that impulsive tendency. A lot of people struggle. A lot of my clients struggle with this.
Yep.
So this can potentially help them. How do you manage that moment?
Well, I make sure I always have food in the house. Very important. Always have food. So if I'm craving, like, let's just say I'm craving Jack in the Box, and I'm craving, I don't know, bacon ultimate cheeseburger, fries, a Coke, some tacos. That's my favorite meal from there. Well, guess what? I'm going to recreate that meal at home. I'm going to throw some fries in the air fryer. I'm going to make my own burger. And if I have calories left over, I can make myself some little soft steak tacos or something. I make sure I have food in the house. It's always about being prepared. Yeah. You don't have to give into it. Part of the discipline And part of the inner strength, the inner will, is not giving into it. People just give into it. They just break weak and just grab their keys, go to their car, and run into fast food. And
No,
then,
I know.
And then 15, 20 minutes later, the food was good, but now you're living with guilt for doing that. Now you're mad at yourself. And I think about something you said. It's like, is 15 minutes of eating, the pleasure of eating, worth messing up on your program giving in? Because the more times you do that, then the easier it becomes to do it.
Yes. That's what prevents me personally, when I have the desire to do things like that. It's not that I think that one meal is going to throw me off, or one time I go impulsively to the donut shop is going to throw me off. It's not that, because I know that. But I don't want to create a habit, or I don't want to even open the window a tiny bit for a potentially very destructive habit. You know what I mean? You have to be very careful. When you make those decisions that you know you're not supposed to do, you have to be careful, because you have to know that one time you do it, you're carving out a little pathway so that the next time it's going to be easier to do it again. And then it gets deeper. That little crevice is going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. But the same is true in the reverse. Every time you say no, and then you go and do something else instead that satisfied you, and then you're like, yes, I'm so glad I did this instead.
Yep.
You don't regret it.
No.
Right? But you're also carving out that pathway, that strength.
And that's a win.
Yeah.
Every time you resist that temptation, it's a win.
Yeah. So I do feel that, that's why I've just gotten really strong in that. That's why it's like my health goals and stuff, like I feel pretty good about those. Those are not my challenges. And as they should, I don't feel like it necessarily should be a huge challenge for me, as I claim to be like very good with, in this coaching space, right? I'm really good at coaching my clients, to telling them how to keep it off, how to handle these things. Why? Because I've got that mastered. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I have mastered that for myself. I mean, you live with me. Have you ever seen me kind of like, do I go off the chain when I don't unpredicted, unplanned craziness?
Nope.
No.
You're good at that. You've mastered that. But it took you a long time to get there.
It took me a long time, but I don't, if I do, it's because I said I was going to. It does not have control over me, but that's years and years. But where I can relate is when I think about other aspects of my life, where I haven't been, haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish. And, sometimes I get lazy for certain things or whatever. So that's how I relate, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing, just you copy and paste it to different aspects of your life, personal, professional, health. It's the same skill set. And that's why a coach for physique and for health and wellness can also be a coach for business. They can also be a coach for relationships. Because if you master this certain skill set of creating goals and being, creating discipline and all of that, it applies to every aspect of your life.
Yes, it does.
That's why what happens, and that's perfect topic for this episode, because why do I always tell people it's a total transformation? It's not just, it'll start out as you want to lose some weight.
That's how it always starts.
But it will be a total transformation. Your whole life will change. Your relationships change. Your business change. Your success. Everything changes. You have to start the ball, though. You have to change something so that everything else can fall in line and change.
And listen, if you're in this mediocre person where you're like a level 2, I'm going to just gauge it from 1 to 10. You're level 2, and then you get to that level 10 person. Do you understand how many doors you open up for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that? Let's just say you work for an employer and there's many opportunities for growth there. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you're hitting on all levels. Your optimization skills are way better. You're sharper. You're moving faster. You're getting shit done. You're getting promoted, Or let's just say you're single and you're like, I can't find my dream person. Well, shit, once you level up, you don't have to do no chasing. That dream person will find you.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I keep telling people that, like, they don't get it, flies over their head. Like, do you understand when you level yourself up, there's a lot of things do happen.
Doors open.
Everywhere. All over the place.
You know what it is? People need to start, you need to find solutions to your problems.
Yes.
So instead of just festering when you have a problem, be a solver.
Yep.
Don't like be a problem
And stay
creator. There. Like be a problem solver. I think that's what I do. I like to do. I like to solve problems.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if something happened. Okay, well, let's
fun.
figure it out.
Yeah,
We're going to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, let me see that. I'll fix it.
That's it.
That's
your data, numbers.
Yeah. I like to solve problems.
Yes.
You know,
that's what we are.
It's funny because I have one of my clients right now. She has a problem with her app. And she keeps saying, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You know, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to accept that your app doesn't look right on your, whether it's on her end or our end. I don't think it's on our end because it's isolated incident, but I've been trying to troubleshoot it. You know, and she's like, no, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I just won't be able to do this. I'm like, no. To me, it is because when there is a problem, I want to solve it. Yeah. I like to crack the code, you know, figure out the mystery. In fact, it's so funny because Alyssa and I are both into crime podcasts, true crime podcasts. Mm-hmm. But we were talking about how we both do this and we didn't know it. We will scroll through and make sure that we will only listen to one that's been solved. I don't want to freaking listen to some unsolved mystery from 1988 because I will not feel fulfilled at the end of the damn podcast.
Yeah.
I do not want to listen to an unsolved mystery. I want to hear solved. And so on true crime, I think it was Crime Junkie, it always says whether it's solved or whatever in the title. And I'm like, no, I scroll right through the unsolved mystery stuff.
Interesting.
Because I like solutions. You have a problem, I want to help you with the solution. But the problem is people, they are not looking for solutions.
No.
They don't want solutions. You know what they want? They want to just say their problem as an excuse for why they cannot achieve their goals.
Yes.
Instead of looking at their problem as an opportunity to solve said problem.
Yes. And unfortunately, a lot of times people, you are the problem. You're in your own damn way. It's the truth. I love what Joe Rogan says that. Say, get out of your own damn way. You're in your own damn way.
It's so true.
Get that person out of the way.
Yep.
You holding you back.
Mm-hmm.
It's you versus you. It's not you versus the world.
You know what's crazy? And you'll know, and like as you go on your transformation, it'll be so much more obvious to you. And that's why what happens is relationships kind of shift and change. Because once you start solving your problems, it becomes really freaking obvious to you of all the people around you that all they do is talk about their problems but don't want to really solve them.
Never.
Because in the same breath, they'll create more problems. You know, it's just like someone who, oh my God, I have so much anxiety. Hey, can I have a margarita, please? Excuse me, waiter. Oh, I just can't get rid of this anxiety. It's like, okay, you don't want to solve the anxiety problem because it's very readily available information that alcohol creates more anxiety. So you just want to complain about your anxiety and then cause yourself more anxiety. And so you are going to see people in a different light once you really figure this out for yourself. You're going to see there's two groups of people. There's one group of people that they are constantly trying to figure out their life and solve problems and figure things out. And there's another group of people that have all the same problems, but they just want to talk about them and complain about them, but they really don't want to actually do anything about them.
Gives them something to talk about. They want people to feel sorry for them, have some kind of sympathy. So yeah. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
They use their problems as an explanation for why they are the way they are, why they look the way they look, why they, feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
And it's just excuses, basically. Mm-hmm. So it's something you got to think about, I guess. But let's take a little break for Transcend. We'll be right back. You guys know that Mike and I embarked on our HRT and peptide journey last year, and we are absolutely loving it. It's been a game changer for both of us. And if you've ever wondered why you should consider HRT or peptide therapy, let me break it down for you. Everyone's needs are unique. That's why Transcend is all about creating a personalized plan just for you. They'll start by evaluating your blood work, taking into account how you feel and what your goals are, and then help you find a solution tailored to optimize your health and wellness. What makes it so effective? It's targeted treatment, finally address specific deficiencies and imbalances that might have been holding you back for years. Boost your body's natural functions. These therapies can kickstart and support your body's processes, giving you that extra edge. Enhance your well-being. Imagine boosting your mood, increasing your energy, and just feeling better overall in your day-to-day life. And lastly, longevity. It's not just about feeling good now, it's about supporting healthy aging and preventing chronic conditions down the road. Transcend will guide you every step of the way. So if you're ready to take your health and energy to the next level, start your own HRT or peptide journey with Transcend today. Remember to use our link www.transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, 15% off for new patients. All right, let's discuss the January promotions for Transcend since we're just coming off of that promo. Tezofensine and GLP-1s are 25% off all month. So it's a real, and not bundled, so it's just individual. If you want to try Tezofensine, which is a powerful appetite suppressant, it worked really well for me. And if you want to try it, now's a really good opportunity. Make sure you use our link, transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, and book a consultation. But if you're already a patient, all you have to do is message your wellness specialist, and they can hook you up with some Tezofensine, or if you want to try out a GLP-1. Those are great tools to help you reach your weight loss goals in 2025. Tezofensine worked really well for me. You guys, I can honestly say that I've not been this light since I think I was in my late 30s.
I'm jealous. I wish I could take that.
Mm-hmm. It helped me. It's not a magic pill by any means. It just helped take the edge off my hunger monster. Yeah. And, it's nice to be in January. Well, a still significant couple weeks still before my birthday. And I feel really good about where I'm at. Believe it or not, I do not have a fat loss goal or weight loss goal really on my goals for 2025. My focus is on getting real consistent with my progressive overload program, increasing my lean muscle mass. So I'll expect the scale to actually go up for me, but in a good way. I want that lean body mass, that LBM number to go up.
Drop body fat and gain muscle.
Yeah, I want to gain muscle.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a challenge.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just such a good place to come off of the holidays not being.
Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah.
You're not going to the new year like the rest of Americans, 10, 15 pounds heavier. Everybody's complaining and mad and angry.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, that's done. So now what?
Yeah.
You move it on to the next goal. Always leveling up though.
Always. There's always goals to level up to. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to look my best for my 50th or feel my best,
That's 2 weeks away, by the way.
3 weeks.
No, it's 2 weeks away. It's January 10th.
Oh, you're right. From this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm going into the new year. I'm happy with myself.
Good. That's the best feeling you can have.
I didn't do no damage. I didn't go crazy over the holidays.
Yeah, I know. That's a good feeling, isn't it?
Excellent feeling.
Yeah, I
could probably say I'm in a very small percentile of 50-year-old men looking the way I do. I even seen a commercial on YouTube about chair exercises. Exercise of a damn chair. Mm-hmm. And they showed a 50-year-old man. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was atrocious. Like he had his shirt off and everything. Like, wow, this is what you guys are selling?
Why?
For 50-year-old men? A chair.
Oh, you mean because
he's doing exercise off a chair.
Because he's like old, so he should do like old people exercise?
No, he was doing like push-ups off the chair, dips. His body was busted is what I'm saying. Like, I can't believe he had his shirt off.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't get that. Yeah. I wasn't in your brain. Sorry.
It was like dad body. It wasn't a fat gut, but it was like still a dad body. Like, this is what you guys are portraying and you're selling? And you're trying to sell the services? That? Yeah, on YouTube. A commercial.
Oh, I did. I have to say, because you always talk about it. And you were right, I have to say, because I was sitting next to you and a commercial came up for a diabetes medication, I believe it was.
Yeah. And
you were right. Everybody was in the store aisles and dancing and hopping up and down. They were so happy that there's this medication to lower their A1C, yes. And they were all overweight.
Every single one of them.
In the commercial.
Like, that's real. Like,
so how did you cast for that? Hey, calling all overweight people. We need you to come to do a commercial and look like you're very, very happy that you are diabetic, and it's clearly because you are overweight.
And your life expectancy is going to be shortened by being diabetic.
At least a decade.
At least. Mm-hmm. But yet you're happy. You're dancing in the store. Yay, I got diabetes. That could be prevented.
Yeah.
You see what the shit that they
I do. I
sell
have
us?
to say, I'm like, oh, you're right. I've never really like looked and paid attention.
It's horrible.
But the commercial could not have been more upbeat.
Oh yeah,
And
do
they
it all
were
the time.
doing this choreographed dance they were in a pharmacy.
Yes.
Like up and down the aisles of a pharmacy, so happy.
Yeah, everyone was happy. Like, yeah, we won the lottery that we're diabetic and
Yeah.
overweight.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh my goodness. And like why not like some fit people that just lost weight?
Oh no,
and they
no,
and they
no.
changed their numbers because of it.
Because it goes against, I don't want to get all crazy here, but it goes against what they're trying to sell us.
I know. It's nuts. All right, you guys, let's take a little break for MegaFit. We'll be right back. When it comes to hitting your macros, MegaFit Meals makes it so easy with their delicious macro-friendly meal prep options. Mike and I are constantly on the go these days, and these meals are a lifesaver during some of our busiest weeks. Whether you're craving chicken tenders, pizza, filet mignon, or even pasta, MegaFit Meals has something for everyone. All meals are high in protein, made with quality ingredients, and designed to help you crush your health and fitness goals. And the best part, there's no subscription required, so you can order as you need. Save time without sacrificing nutrition. And if you want to try it for yourself, use our link in the description and enter code Janine for a discount. That's code JEANINE. MegaFit Meals has you covered. All right. So, we've talked about the importance of setting those meaningful intentions. It's not too late. You don't have to wait. Guess what? It does not have to be January 1st. It could be January 11th. It could be February 9th. It does not matter. You also need to know that it's not linear. You're just not going to have this smooth ride. It's up and down. That's life.
It's like everybody thinks weight loss is I'm just jump off a cliff and the numbers going to keep going down.
Yeah.
And then they do some gimmicky ass diet that they saw off TikTok. Like, I'm going to just try that. You should hear the stuff that I've heard before. And I'm like, who told you that? Like, stop listening to people on TikTok. First off, they're not nutritionists. They're not in the fitness space. They hear something and they run with it verbatim. Then they start spreading, and then
I know.
other dum-dums start following. Like, oh my God, you guys, please educate yourself. Look for right coaches. Do your own homework. Google, YouTube. Do your own research. Stop being lazy.
You know what's funny is I truly am one of the other things that made my life a lot easier and makes my weight just a non-issue right now at all. It is because I truly, for the first time, became a client of my own program. With Alyssa on board, she did my workout program, and she does the it's nice to eat meals that I didn't create. So I still obviously do meal creation, but now she's doing meal creation for the app. And I love I get excited every week for the meals she's going to put in there because it's just exciting.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it rejuvenated my love of like getting excited about what I eat again. I still believe, and I know you preach this all the time, that's the secret. The secret is to truly eat what you love. That's what keeps you out of the drive-thru.
Yes.
That's what makes temptation a non-issue. I was at the Christmas in the Park in December walking around, and people were eating churros and hot chocolate and all this stuff. I'm like, ugh, the last thing I would want to do is walk around this cold event, eat uncomfortable. I want to go home, get comfy, make something yummy. Like, it removes temptation when you know at home is like tons of delicious meals that are going to support your goals.
Yeah. People need to start having respect for food like it's drugs, because it really is. It's addicting. And you're killing yourself slowly with it. It's a slow death, that you're destroying yourself. But something's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? It is overconsumption.
That's it.
Right? And it bleeds into every aspect of our lives right now, worse than ever.
And let me hit on this. Something that bothers me a lot. Okay, people. We get it. There's a lot of chemicals in our food. Tons of it. We can all agree to that. Yes, there is chemicals. But please, for the love of God, the love of life, stop blaming the chemicals for you being overweight. It's not the chemicals. All roads lead to overconsumption. You have to choose what to put into your body. Stop blaming the chemicals for where you're at. It's not the chemicals' fault. It's your fault. Okay? You're over-consuming, because I got into this with my sister. The chemicals. Okay, the chemicals are doing what? What are the chemicals? Break it down to me. I want you to break it down. What are the chemicals doing?
She brought it up.
She brought it up to me.
chemicals. You know why? Because she's using it again, like rewind to 10 minutes ago. She is now going to jump on that and use that as an excuse for why she hasn't been able to lose weight.
Which a lot of people do.
But because again, they don't want to solve problems.
No.
They want to use problems to explain why they haven't been successful in what they're trying to do.
Same thing, the sugar. Stop blaming the sugar. Sugar is not an enemy. It's not bad for you. Overconsumption of it is. Yes.
And sugar is easier to overconsume, blah, blah, blah.
Of course
You know,
it
it's
is.
like, yes, I get that.
Yes.
But it's like, you're right. That's so true.
You know?
But
we got to stop that.
It's overconsumption, honestly.
That's it.
The end of the day, that is what is leading to the obesity problem. It is leading to lots of other problems. In fact, tune into the next episode because I want to get into that topic of overconsumption just in other aspects of life. Because I've came across, I fell onto the overconsumption algorithm on YouTube. I was watching some videos and I was just blown away. So we're going to talk about it, you guys. It's going to be a good episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, Happy New Year. I'm sure we've said it already, but we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.